Alrighty, let's get this started. Sorry for the change of plans. We are on a different YouTube channel than usual, but I'll make sure to upload this to the other channel afterwards. But permissions and all sorts of issues. Sorry for the wait, folks. Um, but I just want to make sure that everyone can hear me properly. Just looking for some confirmation in the chat, and we can get on into this. Can everyone hear me well? A-okay. Great to hear. Okay, let me just drag this over. Put this here, get myself all set up. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Okay. Uh, all right, so for those of you who do not know me, I am Ben, Senior Product Manager at Tilting Point on Star Trek Timelines. I've worked on Star Trek Timelines for 6 years now, I think, which is crazy to think about. Um, and we have some awesome stuff that we wanted to share with you guys, and kind of give you an update as to what we've been working on. The team's been very hard at work on our 10.0.0 clients, and we have made a lot of changes and additions. So today I'd like to give you all kind of a sneak peek at that, what's coming soon with this new 10.0.0 new loaded client we have been working on. And after I will share what we have coming up for content for our Star Trek Day, more like Star Trek Month celebration, along with a roadmap of where we're going from here. And then we can wrap it up with a Q&A. And so start definitely thinking about questions now. I'll put aside 15 minutes for that. Um, awesome. So before I start, I would like to say that this client and these features are still in active development. So you may see things that are not 100% finished, which we intend on obviously finishing. We also would love to hear your feedback as you kind of look through this video. Um, and Would love to hear your feedback on the forums. And definitely let us know what you guys think, because we're still in development, so there's still adjustments we can make, especially on the balance side. So definitely looking forward to your opinions and your feedback on it. Okay, so let's get right into it. There are two major new features that we have added with this 10.0 client. It is post immortalization advancement and the continuum. Let me just make sure that the stream is running right before I continue more. Okay, it looks good. Okay. So the two new features, post-immortalization advancement and the continuum. Post-immortalization advancement is a way to enhance your crew's stats after they have been fully immortalized. The player will complete continuum missions to get components to then use to build equipments and make your immortalized crew even stronger. So the flow with this is that players will compete or play in continuum missions, completing missions, getting equipment components. Those components are then used to give your crew temporary buffs. And then from there, you can use those crew with the temporary buffs across the whole game. And Gauntlet, faction missions, voyages, events, everywhere. So this is a really meta-changing system that we spent a lot of time on. So it's definitely going to mix a lot of things up. and we're really excited to be showing this off today. Awesome. Can everyone still hear me? I'm seeing some comments about it not starting. Just want to make sure that everyone can still hear me. Just want to make sure everyone can still hear me. Yes, can still hear. Yes. Okay, great. Okay. Awesome, awesome. All right. So as I said, players are going to be completing continuum missions, getting equipment components, using equipment components to add equipment, queues behind everything, add equipment to your crew to get temporary buffs, and you can use your crew throughout the whole game. Okay, it looks like some people are having some choppiness. Let me try to clear up my computer a bit. Okay, let me take a minute to try to make sure that we get some of this resolution better. Sorry, folks. Okay, hoping that is a little better. Okay, let's try that. Okay, let me know if it's any better, folks in the chat. I'm going to continue on here for the time being. Okay, where was I? So with this flow, players are going to be getting components, and then you can give your crew temporary buffs, and then and then you can use those crew across the whole game. So from here, let's go into the crew quarters. Okay, hold on, folks. All right, let's see if this is any better. Sorry, folks. Making some more adjustments. Hopefully everyone can hear me. Okay, how's that? Is that any better? Any better at all? Just checking to see if it's any better for anyone. Okay. Sound is good. Video is still slow. Okay. Let me try maybe if I remove my camera. That might improve things. See if that's any better. I'm hoping that's better. Yes, I have tried turning my computer off and on again. Did that this morning. But we might just have to continue on. I can always do a re-recording and post this, post an updated version later. I think that's what we might end up having to do. Okay, it's if you guys say it's completely unwatchable, let me try to uh, end the stream, mess with some settings. I can't mess with resolution settings while I'm live, so I'm gonna mess with some settings and then I'm going to try again. And if that's no better, then we might have to uh, skip the walkthrough for today, and I can just uh, share some other um, content that we have going on for September, um, or I'll just record a video and post it on the forums and post it on the channel and whatnot. So um, okay, now people say it's working. People say it's not better, it's working. Let me try to mess with some settings and I will uh, okay. Some people are saying it's fine then, so let's continue on. If the video doesn't come out well, the stream doesn't come out well, I'll do a re-recording and I'll post it and share it. Um, just a day of issues so far. So awesome. All right, sorry folks. Let's push on here. Okay. So let's enter the crew quarters here. Okay. So post-amortization advancement, aka equipments, is a brand new system which gives the player the ability to improve crew after they have been immortalized by equipping new types of equipment which increase their stats in various ways temporarily. But not all of these special equipments can be given to every crew. Some equipment have specific requirements such as traits, rarity, or character or crew. So as we can see here, uh, with Sato, we have all four equipment slots that are locked, and there is a progress bar at the top. So I made some little progress earlier, but every crew after Mortalized will now have this additional path for progression to make them even stronger than ever across the whole game. So let's take a look at this archer here. I was playing a little bit earlier and ran through a few missions a few times and unlocked equipment slot for a few crew, archer being one of them. When I click on the empty equipment slot, a new menu opens showing the possible equipments that I can equip to archer. Only equipments that impact the 3 skills archer has will be shown here. There's really no point in equipping a science equipment to archer, so we remove that altogether. Only useful equipments to that character will be shown. So we also have a filter up here. You can sort by skill. You can see we have some options here. But before we equip one of Q's special equipments, let's take a look at the continuum. Okay. So the equipment, the continuum missions will be in with the dailies panel. So the continuum are challenging generated away missions for only immortalized crew. New missions will be generated on a weekly basis with themes around traits. So there will always be new additional missions for you to play. These missions will be very difficult, so make sure you're part of a good fleet to get some starbase buffs. Make sure you've completed a few collections to get some buffs there. And definitely make sure you're using the post-immortalization advancement feature, as it will be the key to completing each mission. The rewards you get in the continuum help you build equipment that you can then equip onto your crew for a temporary stat increase. So let's get into it. So I see a few missions here. At launch, I believe there will be 4 or 5 missions per week for all 3 difficulties. One thing to note that is not yet added, there will be special rewards for players who 3-star all missions on a difficulty. That's not yet implemented, but we're working on that. And these rewards will be very valuable as well. Also, at the moment, these missions don't drop a certain continuum energy component, but they will at launch. You'll need that energy component to equip all equipment to characters, to build and to equip them. So let's jump into this first mission and give it a shot. Okay, so clicking on a few nodes here, I can see that these missions are pretty difficult. Um, and this is only the normal difficulty. So let's pick some crew here and see if we can get through it. Okay, definitely going to need some command here. Let's go with Vance. Let's bring along. And let's go with our archer. Should be able to create a path here to complete the mission here. So let's move forward. So now we see some Chronoton containers. At launch, players will start with free, full available containers. Once a container is used, it needs to go into cooldown for a few hours before it can start generating again. Of course, this cooldown can be skipped for dilithium, but once the cooldown is over, the container will slowly fill up over time. But you can also speed that up by donating your own chronotons to recharge it much faster. So let's redeem one of these containers and give this mission a shot. Okay, finally, we're in. Let's try to beat this thing. Let's first start off with Vance here. Love this new update with the, I believe it was our recent client 9.3. Might have been 9.2. Shows the success here, success rate. I'm thinking we go lower here. I might not have set this up properly, but I guess we'll just sacrifice this node. Okay, so we can see with this last mission, I really do want this rare reward here, as that's a component that I need to create a new equipment. But I only have a 62% chance of success and a 0% chance at critical success. So let's try it, see what happens. Might be able to get out of the mission alive. Okay, so I passed, but I definitely want that rare reward. So let's go back into the crew quarters and throw equipment on Archer. Now we'll increase his security skill enough so maybe we can get that rare reward. And you see if I complete a mission, I do gain some qubits for all the characters that I used on that mission. So Vance should have some now too. Yep, I unlocked a slot for him as well. So let's see what we can build here. I definitely want some security. I haven't been playing the Continuum too long, but I don't have enough items to craft the 5-star security. So let's maybe try the 2-star here. The security, seminar, holoprogram, equipment. That I have enough components for. I believe I got these earlier off stream. Okay, so let's build it and equip it. Awesome. So that should help me out. That should definitely be enough to crit that last node, or maybe we can get at least pretty close. Actually, before I jump into that, I see some questions around the equipment itself. So this equipment gave me 250 security points. You can see it here on Archer's stats here. So that should be enough to get me to that crit. You can also see here that each equipment has a different duration. And so the duration amount is still being balanced. It will most likely be increased by the time we come to launch. So right now, what we're thinking is 2-star equipment will have a duration of 48 hours, 4-star equipment 96 hours, and 5-star equipment around 1 week. So these will last a while. They'll last long enough for events. They'll last long enough for a very long voyage run. Some equipment are special to a trait or only for lower rarity characters. Some equipment for lower rarity characters will be crazy powerful to increase their stats up to the current meta. I can show that after, but during those missions I completed before I started streaming, I received some security research. So then we were able to apply this, and now we should be able to give that mission a shot. And I'll take a deeper look into that in a little while, and also during some Q&A as well if anyone has questions. So let's try this mission again. Okay, so let's bring those same characters. And one difference between continuum missions is that if you fail a node, it doesn't have a negative impact towards the last node of the chain. So let's redeem this container here. And also additional containers can be purchased for Dilithium at launch. So with that equipment attached, Archer should be powerful enough to get that rare reward on that last node. I want to save Archer here, so let's just throw T'Pring to the wolves. Awesome. So I should have 100% chance at critical success now. Got my security research. Now that I've completed the mission, got some research components, I can build more equipment and maybe go on to the next mission. So let's go back here, take a look at some more equipment. See if there's someone else I can add something to. So I do have more of these securities as well now. But let's take a look at some other equipment, just so I can show you guys what kind of what some of these equipments look like. So this is a 5-star equipment. So this would be 550 to engineering. There's also some proficiency as well, some proficiency increase uh, for dip as well. Not really super useful for archer, but hey, you never know. Let's take a look at some other one here. So here's a 4-star equipment. It gives 300 command. And you can see in this one has a trait requirement of Starfleet. There are a ton of equipments, lots of equipments that will have different trait requirements, different crew requirements, and even rarity requirements as well. So we built the system in a way where we could bring up even the lower, super low tier crew, um, crew that you would never use. After you immortalize them, you freeze them, you never forget about them. Well, we do have the system now where certain equipments will be available to certain crew, certain rarities of crew. So players will be able to use maybe a 2-star crew in events, which I know is a crazy thing, using 2-star crew for shuttles. But for an example, I can show you one of those now. Nope, so that's a max rarity of 5. Looking for a max rarity of 2. Cool. So this is max rarity of 2. And with this item, this one gives 1,000 command, which is a pretty decent increase, and a lot of proficiency as well. So there's a lot of different variety in all our different equipments that we will be releasing at launch, and then even after launch, we will have additional updates for equipments as well. So this is definitely gonna change the meta. So let's equip something to a character, so we can see the increase here. Well, first let's take a look at what we're going to need if we can complete that second mission here. Let's take a look. Purchasing a container will give you another container to generate chronotons to generate basically a pass at running a continuum mission. I don't think you can give the King Tribble another 1,000 command because I believe that previous equipment that I showed you with that 1,000 command had a max rarity crew use of rarity 2. So only crew that were rarity of 1 and 2 could equip that equipment. But there are some pretty high powered equipments on the 5-star side for 5-star crew. So this let's see if we have enough. This humanoid might get us there for the science node. Should get us there for that one. But let's see for this last one, 1,500. I think we might be able to do that. with Vance. And now with our new security, our beefy security archer, this node here should be no problem. Also, as part of some of these rare rewards, there's going to be equipments that you can unlock just by getting some of these rare rewards in some of these missions. So you're not going to have to, build every single one. And some of these nodes have three of a specific research or two of a specific research. So these are pretty valuable. Also, in addition, there is a way to refresh rewards. If you played through all the missions, but there's still, some equipment that you want to build for another character, you can refresh the rewards for all of the missions, so you can go and claim them again. And again, there'll be new missions every week, so there'll be always be new away missions, new content for you guys to play. And the tech behind it is pretty amazing with being able to generate these missions. So I'm not going to get too in the weeds about it, but the team spent a lot of time on creating this system that will feel unique, feel different every week, every mission you go through. So the team really has done a great job on making this each week kind of feel different, with narrative, with the structure of these away missions. So we're really excited for that. Okay, so I'm just going to skip one of these for now. Spend a little dill. It's all right, I got plenty. Perks of working, I guess. Working for the company. Just kidding. So here I skipped that cooldown, and now I can donate some chronotons. This number will not be final. Thinking it's going to take maybe 100 chronotons to fill a container, not 1,000, 100. Still working in development, so let's just breeze through that and use that container. Let's see how far we can get. We might be able to get a critical success here, which would be awesome. Got it. Let's use Archer down here. Let's get another rare reward. And that's a new equipment, so I can equip that to someone that I think I'm going to need. Going to need some diplomatic skill increase there. Yes, the big book will be scrambling to catch up to the new meta after this system does go live, because the meta really is going to change, and we're super excited about that. With adding a lot of a big variable into it, and with future releases as well, we do plan to release more equipments. Maybe take some equipments out, put new equipments in. New blueprints there. So we're super excited to kind of constantly being able to shake up the meta. So I got a lot of stuff on that mission, which is great. So let's go back. Let's just equip more. Let's see, I don't have anything on Vance yet. I do have this this 2-star diplomatic that would make him more usable, I guess, throughout. So instead of only really using them for command nodes, I might be able to use them for diplomatic nodes as well. So that's something I could use them on. Let's see if I have a slot unlocked for this guy. I have enough to build this. Obviously, this is not a phaser. Still working in development. But this will give me 250 science. That should help us moving forward and playing even harder missions, harder difficulties. So just equip that for now. Yeah, that looks much better now. Okay, now just we'll take a quick look at some of these future missions, even for this guy here. Bunch of different rare rewards, bunch of different items. Obviously, some of these will change. Some of these regular items won't be here, but there's a lot of different rare rewards here that are immediately equipable. A lot of these equipments here. So awesome. Before I split out of this section, that's basically all I have really uh, to show off. But I'd love to share some more information around what we have coming up for Star Trek Day, and then I can take you guys' questions and uh, circle back to the 10.0 features, the post-immortalization advancement, and the equipment stuff. So with what we have coming up, we have a giveaway crew with a little silhouette there. I think you can figure out who it is. Let me know in the forums if you guys know who that is. But we do have a giveaway crew coming up in September next week. I believe that will be starting on the 5th, month-long objective event as well, containing 3 additional copies of this crew. And the month-long objective event will start on the 5th and run until the October 3rd. Same with the giveaway crew. We will have some sort of sale to be announced on Monday, the 4th. So we'll announce a sale. It'll start shortly after. We do have 5 free crew slots that are going to be given out. I believe they're actually going to go out this week with the server this week, so I think you might see them tomorrow. And then we're going to add 5 additional purchasable crew slots as well. In addition, we have a brand new Bajoran collection. We have a new Amazon Prime gaming drop on the 13th. And then after that, later in the month on the 19th, we have a Voyage update that includes a brand new Voyage exclusive crew. And for the first time ever, we're adding 5 new dilemmas. 5 new dilemmas at I believe it's the 10-hour or the 12-hour mark. These dilemmas, the rewards, you'll have a higher chance at getting the new 5-star. You have a higher chance at getting any of the Voyage exclusive crew. The 5-star Voyage exclusive crew. So these dilemmas will be very valuable. They'll take you a while to get to because they're 10 hours or 12 hours in, but these dilemmas will have a higher chance at the 5-star crew, the 5-star Voyage exclusive crews. Also this month we have a Lower Decks mini arc. And as for 10.0, we are aiming for early Q4. So we're hoping for October, but it might end up slipping to November. But the team is hard at work. There's still a lot to be done and a lot of smoothing over and adjustments we have to make, but we're super excited super excited to release this feature because we have a lot more coming down the pipe as well. In development, there's a lot of other stuff going on. Most of the team is currently focused on this 10.0 client, but we do have some other things like some new midweek objective events. We're hoping to release two new ones coming up here in a few months. A whole web shop redesign, reorganization there. And then we're planning something really big for Convergence Day and the mega event there, something that we really haven't done before. And we really wanted to make it special this Convergence Day. So working on that. And then in addition, also some equipment updates. So probably a few months after we release the 10.0 client, we will be releasing an update to equipments around adding more equipments, maybe removing some other equipments, switching up the meta, and keeping you guys on your toes. So with that, I would like to open it up to some Q&A. So you guys can start asking questions in the chat, in the YouTube chat, and I can answer what I can. And again, folks, sorry for the delays to start the stream. Running into issues all day with our YouTube account, and Google did not want to work with us today. So um, Google and YouTube wouldn't doesn't don't want to work with us today. So we'll get that figured out. We'll get that squared away. And if the video comes out a little mucky, I can always do a re-recording myself or re-recording on the Tilting Point YouTube channel, and start uploading this stuff there as well. So we'll keep you guys all posted on the forums. So I can take some questions. Anybody have any questions? Any chance of Prodigy characters in the future? Most likely not. Prodigy is a license that we do not have, and we currently did not have a plan to go and acquire that license from Paramount and CBS. But I do love Prodigy. I think it's they've done some really cool things with that. So does that Mariner have a jetpack on? I don't know what you're talking about. What Mariner? I have no idea what you're talking about. Will inventory be impacted by new equipment? Oh, good call out. I don't think so. I'll have to follow up with the team on that, but I did forget to show, and I'll drop these things down for right now. I did forget to show in the inventory we do have another section for continuum components, continuum energy, and just equipments as well. So there's a whole new filter in inventory for continuum. Let's see what other questions you have. Can we use the destroy the station dilemma to destroy other fleet star bases? Sabotage? That would be pretty crazy, but no. And that would be mean as well. Will equipment bonuses be applied across all parts of the game? Yes. So you apply equipment to, let's say, this archer that we applied equipment to. Yeah, I can go and use him in shuttles now. He'll be more effective. I can use him in voyages. So this is also going to really change voyages as well. You're going to see these crazy records of players going way longer than 12 hours now, a natural voyage, with this equipment system. And so we're super excited to see you guys use it to its full potential. And also a little nervous because it could break some things, but that's why we're spending a lot of time on the balance aspect of this. Will the Convergence Day Mega be like one we had this year, or completely different? It'll be different. So I believe the one this year, I think players were getting pretty kind of tired of kind of what we were doing here for that. So I think we're going to be doing something completely different, and we're spending more time on it. And it's a big event. I think this game's turning 8 years old, which is crazy, and it definitely won't be slowing down. So we have plenty of stuff coming up. Not everything that we have in the development category here on this roadmap. Not everything is listed there. We have some other things that are kind of in the early works. Nothing to really share just yet, but we do have a lot of stuff, going in even into next year that we'll be working on. Are we going to have equipment-based interfleet competitions of any kind? Speaking of interfleet, any word on Gauntlet interfleet tourneys? No, so we do not have any interfleet competitions kind of going on for that. But interfleet Gauntlet tourneys will be pretty interesting. It's a good idea. Thanks for sharing. Oh man, I am falling behind on these. Um, any chance of a bump to the 1,000 item inventory limit? Probably not right now. Um, I think that's gonna be staying, though. We would like to hear your feedback on the forums as well. Now that we're adding kind of these more equipment, more items. Will voyage scores drop? Will voyage scores drop during your voyage if your equipment boost runs out during that time? So that's what we're deep into testing right now. That's something that we are looking into. I don't think it will drop, but we still have some testing and verifying to do of that. But I think the plan is to not have them drop if your equipment runs out while the voyage is running. Are there any plans to make it easier to see if new crew are already immortalized frozen? Not currently. I guess I'm curious, Rat Monkey Man, are you referring to maybe on the crew panel screens or during a behold or something like that? Because we do have some text there on beholds to see if it's the crew is already immortalized or frozen. But I'm curious if you mean the in the crew quarters. Fleet boss battles has added a lot of value to existing crew. Do you now design crew with fleet boss battle interactions in mind? Yes, yeah, we do. Uh, we do have the design team does have a lot of ideas on crew, how we can make certain crew valuable for FPP, and even in just across all of our features, right? It really depends on the crew, the character, and the moment that we're trying to catch as part of the show. If we think a crew, would be really good in a fleet boss battle, then that's something. But yes, the design team, um, they do keep fleet boss battles in mind when they're designing, especially for specific crew. Let's see any other questions. Still catching up. There's a lot of questions. It's great to see. Any plans to make ship schematics more accessible? It's hard to get them with Enterprise E. Yeah, so we did just have a schematic behold pack. That was kind of a first test. We wanted to see how that uh, what you guys thought of it. I'd love to see your feedback on the forums. I believe there's already a thread, so I'll have to check that out. There was an idea of maybe taking that and putting it permanently in the honor hall, but that's something that we want to get data on. Um, I have heard this complaint. I know there's players that definitely want the Enterprise E. That's players that definitely want the artifact because either the artifact is really good in fleet boss battles. Um, I might be able to on the shorter term. We don't have anything longer term planned to kind of address that. But in the shorter term, I might be able to run like an old rerun pack for some of these ships that might help you out there. Any chance of new storyline missions for the main game? Not for the main game, but we do have with this continuum feature, there is going to be a narrative with that. So um, there'll always be new stories for you to play there. What happened to Stabbed Picard? No comment. Wasn't able to release. Any chance? So yeah, I can look into the total item count. That's a big sounds like it's a big driver here. I can look into that and see if there's anything we can do around that. And then if we rising the caps on copies of items um, that can be owned, I'll also take a look at that. I have no update on that as of right now, though. Yep, yeah, sorry about the live stream. We had some issues with our main account, and in a frantic, I had to create a whole new channel quickly. Um, this will not be where other streams will happen. Um, so I'll have to stream. I'll upload this video to our other channel. But I had some issues with that other channel. So sorry for the inconvenience there. In the future, we'll either be streaming on that other channel, the main Wicked Realm channel, or the Tilting Point channel. So I'll definitely keep everyone posted. Um, also thinking about just doing more streams in general. Maybe doing some other dev streams, maybe on a monthly basis, where Joe and I, maybe Marin, we all come in and kind of chat about development. If that's something that you guys would be interested in, that'd be pretty cool. Let's see. Any chance of making FBB resources available to buy via the shop? Not right now. Um, that's not something that we have planned. Okay, so yeah, Rat Monkey Man, for the crew panel screen. Yeah, that's not something we have in development. That is something that we do have on the backlog though, as a quality of life improvement. I believe it's something that we almost wanted to target for the 9.2 client, but we weren't able to get it in time for that release. But it is pretty high on the backlog for quality of life. So if we do another quality of life client, maybe sometime next year, that might be something that we add. Didn't you previously mention different fleet boss battles happening over time? Yes, we ended up putting that on the back burner as we thought that there was some more important things that we had to get done at the time. Still in the backlog though. We would love to release a new fleet boss battle and a new bridge as well. But that's currently back on the backlog. Continuum stories seem like they'll be fun. Yeah, it's a really interesting feature and kind of a play on on away missions, but with how the whole system works, with giving additional, increases to crew that you can use throughout the whole game. That's going to change the meta, and we're really excited about that. Definitely curious to hear about everyone's kind of thoughts on the duration system. Might be we did increase it as part of some testing. We're like, maybe let's increase it so the 5 stars will last about 1 week. Um, but definitely curious to hear what your guys' thoughts on that. Let's see, just catching up on some questions. A universal boss battle, that'd be kind of interesting. Would love to see more dev streams. Love to hear that. More streams would be nice. Awesome. Any chance for VIP levels higher than 14? We don't have any plans for that as of right now. But I can put some more thought cycles into that. I guess what would you guys want to see for more VIP levels? What kind of rewards? There will be a tutorial for equipment and for our continuum as well. Something that's a little more interactive than just our normal kind of tutorial 1, 2, 3s. So it'll look something more like the crew crafting, I think, feature that tutorial in that system. Yeah, I agree, Calvin. There have been some issues on the SDT and events. There was one this weekend with Gauntlet. Uh, we had a big meeting about all those this week. So that stuff should disappear. Obviously, we try to have no issues on a weekly basis. Over the past, I think, few weeks, we've had a few that have kind of crept in. So we took a look at where these are coming from, how they're making it to live, and so we've we have adjusted and changed some of our processes to make sure that those things will occur less. That's something that we'll be monitoring very closely over the next few weeks. The additional canisters, the Chronoton canister 4 and 5, those will unlock with dilithium. No, those will not reset weekly. They will unlock once and forever. So it's just a one-time dilithium cost. Why isn't there a better tutorial to guide that explains the time dynamics of ship abilities and crew abilities and how they work together to achieve victory? Yeah, that's a good point. I know actually I'm gonna shout out a player tool here. I know the big book has a lot of information on ship abilities, what the current meta is for crew with ships and just with ship abilities and ships in general.